right. So, standing up with your band handy, please. Sorry, I'm askew. There we go. Shoulders roll up, back and down a couple times. Maybe just have your band around your neck. Bring your feet into parallel. Press down on your big toes. Fan the rest of the toes out. Engage your quadriceps to lift your knees. Pull your abs in, lengthen your tailbone, but pull your ribs down. And then if you caved in your upper body, roll those shoulders open. Bring those bands in front of you for just a quick second. Go ahead and fold them in half. Bring your arms in front of you and make sure you didn't do anything, other changes in your posture. As you're standing here, notice with your wrists, you don't ever want to cock your wrists like that or drop them down. You want the knuckle, the wrist, and the forearm to be in a straight line. So with those arms straight in front of you, pinkies out, you're going to just pull on the band. Now, again, we've got the bands doubled up, so you should feel some tension and some work going on behind your shoulder blades, maybe a little in your triceps, and then push out and then squeeze back. And then we'll do that again. Push out and squeeze back at the same time. Push out and squeeze back. Pull out and squeeze back. So we're working some tricep and definitely posture muscles behind the shoulder blades. Two more. Last one. Hold it back here. Elbows high. Drop your wrist just a little bit so your elbows are higher. And I want you to squeeze back and up, back and up, back and up. Notice if your head has come out of alignment, bring it into alignment. Notice if your ribs have popped up, pull them down. 3, 25, 17, football, put, Omaha, last one, and drop it back and down. Roll those shoulders up, back and down. And let's put that band on the ground. Actually, you know what? Keep it folded for me. Sorry about that. Bring that into your left hand and step into the fold with your right foot, please. Get it all the way across the foot. Straighten the arm and turn the palm to face me. Turn your right toes in and then lift that quad so your leg is straight. And then keep your hand down, but lift that leg, feeling that work in your outer hip. But again, turn that toe down and keep the leg nice and straight. Now, keep the leg down. Two options you can do. Keep the elbow against your body and do a bicep curl, or you can lift the whole arm away from your body and feel that work up a little bit through the bicep, but through the shoulder. And then, of course, we put the two things together. So leg lifts, arm lifts, or bicep curl if you prefer. But don't forget about that leg, even though your arm might feel it more, just depending on which thing you're doing. You decide. And then if you can leave the leg without ever putting pressure on it when you come down, that will just add to your balance effort. Good, now leave arm and leg up, and then we pulse. All right. Keep the band on that right leg and move it into your right hand. Bend and step forward on that left leg so you can kind of come into a lunge. Get that back leg straight. Bring your arms straight down, like right below your shoulder, and lift, lift that back leg up. Lift it up, lift it up, lift it up, lift it up. Press it down. Right arm straight up. So again, front of the deltoid. Now you could make this a bicep curl if you want some more bicep. And then you know we're going to put the two together. So both lift at the same time. Again, whether you're doing that shoulder move or that bicep curl, doesn't matter. Leg is straight. You should feel that in your booty. Right side of your glute. Working that balance on that right leg, left leg, sorry. And we hold both up at the same time, and we pulse, pulse. And bring it down. Woo, okay. Keeping that band in your left hand, step out and step in. No, it's in your right hand, sorry. Right hand, left foot. There you go. All right. Lock that arm facing me for now. Step out and away with your left toes, turn in, engage that quad to lift. And we lift just the leg, feeling that outer hip movement. Good, now leave the leg down. Bicep curl is one option, or arms straight and lifts up, feel that deltoid. And then as you're ready, shift your weight and lift both at the same time. Try not to slam that foot down, but to lift and barely tap, and lift and barely tap. Again, your option, bicep or straight arm. Good, and stay up, and we pulse, 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 and lift, lift, lift. 3, 2, and 1. Woo, bring that back. Keep the band around your left foot, but move it into your left hand. Step towards your right, bend that right knee, step back with that left leg, a lunge. Keep your arm down right underneath your shoulder and lift that back leg. Lift and tap, lift and tap, lift and tap. One more time, lift and tap. Weight down on that leg, left arm, either a straight arm raise, feeling that deltoid, or bicep curl if you prefer. And then, yep, we put them together. Keep that going. And mute yourself if you don't mind, please. Thank you. Good, leave both up and we pulse, pulse, and pulse, and pulse, and pulse. And whew, bring that up. Beautiful, all right. Shoulders roll up, back, and down. And we're gonna bring that band down onto the ground and we are gonna come with it. All right. We're gonna start nicely, hop. Band is folded in half. Bring it behind your hamstrings, biceps face the ceiling, slide yourself back, and I want you to lower yourself. I want you to take, 16 seconds if you can to articulate and roll down a vertebra at a time. Nice and slowly rolling down, taking your time, and then once you get to the bottom, use your biceps to curl the knees in and let them rock side to side. Maybe even drive them by pulling the arms side to side. So the legs and the hips aren't really doing any work. You can draw circles on the ceiling. Again, just warming up that spine. And then you can keep the band there, arms into a T, let the knees drop to one side, little spinal twist. And then back through center and to the other side. And hang out there for just a second. Hey. All right, and then we'll keep that band folded in half. And we're gonna bring our hands right above us, about shoulder width apart. I want you to cock your wrists, follow through like a basketball, cock them back, follow through, and then find halfway. So knuckles, wrist, and forearm in that straight line. And then pull those ribs down, shoulders back and down, lift those shoulders up and pull them down, lift them up and pull them down, lift them up, spread the band apart as you pull down. So lift up, spread apart, and then add a little bend with the elbow. So we're working those posture muscles, just a little reminder. We'll do this throughout class. Keep the ribs down though. Last two, the last one, arms straight, deep breath in. Exhale, point the fingers to the sky. Lift the arm over your head and press outward, hold, and then exhale down, deep breath in. Exhale, lift, inhale, arms reach overhead and press outward, hold, and exhale down. Deep breath in, exhale, lift, inhale, reach and stretch, hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale down, deep breath in. Exhale, lift, inhale, reach, hold 4, 3, 2, and 1. And exhale down. A few more here. Exhale, lift, inhale, reach. Exhale down. Last two, exhale, lift. Inhale, reach. Exhale down. Last time, exhale, lift. Inhale, reach. Arms stay up. Pulse out, out, out. Press, press. 4, 3, 2. Leave that pressure. Slip into your tippy toes. Lift those legs off the ground and extend those legs long. Open the legs, open the arms farther. Exhale, everything together. Inhale, stretch and reach. Open, close, and tap. And reach in your double leg stretch. Open, close, and tap. Reach. Now, if your neck is bothering you, bring it down to the ground, right? Just make sure that you still keep your knees tabletop. They don't sneak in. And open and squeeze in. And open and tap. Keep going. Keep it going. You have 4 more. And 3. And 2. Last one. Hold it up. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug those knees in. Flip that band around behind your hamstrings. Arms reaching long. Head, neck, and shoulders off the ground. Legs in tabletop. Bring them down and out, down and out, down and out. So the 100 movement, only we're pressing outward too. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Option to leave your legs in tabletop, to extend them straight up in the air, to bring them on an angle, or to bend and extend. So keep your arms going. If you need to go slowly to get that pulse, that's fine. Up to you. And again. And again. Last 2. And 1. And once again, we'll hug those knees in for a brief second. Band across your shins. And then keep the band folded in half and bring it across your hips. And you're going to bring one hand through the fold, like that. And then the other hand is just going to hold the band, if possible, between your thumb and index finger. And bring your hands down. Glue all 10 fingertips to the ground. Notice if your wrists lifted up, put them down. If your shoulders are lifted, put them down. If your ribs popped up, put them down. Nod yes, lengthen out the back of the neck. And then keep your hands on the ground, but lift your hips up, and you should feel extra tension in your glutes. Keep that tension, extend that right leg. You should feel more in your left glute. Did your shoulders lift up? Mine did. Did your ribs pop up? Mine did. Now press your hips higher against the band. Higher. Press. Don't let your hands come off the ground. Press up. Press up. Press up. Shoulders down, hands down, hips up. 2 more. And then that right foot comes down. Everything comes down. Let things loosen up for a second. Deep breath in. Exhale. Place everything back down on the mat again. Get all parts of your arm down. Ribs down. Lift up. Keep your hands down. Push your hips higher. Then extend that left leg. With your hands down, press up more against the band. Press up more and more and more. And then bring that down and relax. You may have felt that in your triceps also. So that was our first round of bridges. We'll come back to that. Lucky us. All right. Let's bring that band once again, shoulder distance apart, shoulders out of your ears. Lift those legs tabletop. Back of the neck is long. We're going to bring those arms to a position where if you go too far, your ribs will pop. So don't go quite that far. And then keep a little tension on the band. Keep your legs tabletop as you go into your toe touch. Inhaling as those legs move away and exhaling to come back up. Now, option if you want, as you move those legs away, lower those hands over your head a little bit And then exhale, come up a little bit, not all the way up and not all the way down. Lots of awareness in that rib cage area. Abs. Good, keep it going. Keep tension on that band for me. Ooh, hug those knees in. I hope you guys felt those. I sure did. All right. Let's keep the legs, actually, let's put the right foot on the ground. Take that band to the front of your left thigh and stretch your arms straight. Shoulders out of your ears. Deep breath in. On the exhale, lift up and push against that left leg. And at the same time, bring that left leg in just a little bit. Extend your right leg straight up in the air and reach it away from you. And reach and bend it. And reach and bend. We're going to press that right leg straight as you bring your left leg in and you reach your fingers longer. Reach and stretch. Reach and stretch. Keep it going. Reach and stretch. And reach. And reach. Good. Right foot bends on the ground. Left leg follows. Ribs down. Band against that right thigh. Arms reach long, head, neck, and shoulders off the ground. Pull that knee towards you as you press that away with the band, and then that left leg comes up and reaches. And then at the same time, we're going to pull the knee in and we reach through the left toes. Press and press and press and press. Reach and press. Reach and press and pull. Reach and press and in. Pressing in with the leg, pressing out with the hands and the opposite leg. Keep that going for me. And leg down. Whew, relax. All right, we're going to do our single leg circle. So I'm going to have you do this the safe way, which is to lasso the top of the foot first, crisscross the band behind you. Let's do right leg, by the way, sorry. And then you should have a really nice secure wrap around that leg. And then right hand is going to grab the band. Shoulder pulls back and down. Pull the leg forward, lift your shoulder. Pull the leg back by pressing your shoulder down. So just do that a couple times just so you feel how that feels. And then this time, keep the shoulder down as much as possible, but you are going to use the arm to draw circles. As you draw your circle, your shoulder blade might lift up a little bit, but bend your elbow then, right? Inhale to start your circle and exhale to finish it. But as always, the name of the game is there's no movement in your pelvis. Left leg is bent and on the foot is on the ground, or if you want, stretch the leg out, flex through the heel, and keep your abs in. And then again, circling, inhaling to start, exhaling to finish, keeping those ribs and hips close together, neutral spine. Inhaling to start your circle, exhaling to finish. Inhaling to start and exhaling to finish. Good, keep it going. And last one, we'll bend that right knee in, take your band off, put that right foot on the ground, and bring that left foot in. Take your band across the top of the leg and cross it behind, please. And then bring that into your left hand. And then we're going to let the leg move away and the shoulders off the ground. And then the shoulder is going to pull down to pull the leg up. So leg pulls the shoulder up and then shoulder pulls the leg up. So just do that a couple times. Good. And then maybe your right hand keeps intact with your hips to know what's going on so you don't have movement in that pelvis as you start your leg circles. Inhaling as you start a circle and exhaling to finish it. And then reversing, inhaling to start and exhaling to finish. And then if you want to, stretch that right leg out on the ground and flex through that heel. You can see if you can make your circles larger. Beautiful. Bend that knee, bring it in. That should have been more about stability. Might not have felt it as much as the previous exercises. All right, bands are back to folded in half. And we're going to bring that behind your head, kind of to the base of your skull. Keep your elbows wide, deep breath in. On the exhale, float your head, make the shoulders off the ground. But I want you to notice if you brought your band across, I want you to keep your band wide. Try and get both shoulder blades off the ground. And then just go side to side to side. You might start drifting that elbow in, so I want you to be really aware of keeping both shoulder blades off the ground and keeping your elbows back as you rotate and rotate and rotate and rotate. Good, keep it going. And relax. Ooh, all right, band goes across your ankles. Nice little tight grip. Curl up in your little ball, elbows wide, shoulders out of your ears, and we're rolling like a ball. Exhaling on the movement, inhaling at the top and the bottom, toes stay off the ground the whole time. Nice and controlled. Last two. And last one, hold it once you get to the top. Bring your band around behind you to your hamstrings, hold that up, extend your legs up. So that should help you, right? Because you're holding a nice tight grip, shoulders out of your ears or a close grip. Lengthen, if you can, out of those shoulders. So lift nice and tall. You're holding those legs up with your arms. And then just see if you could lift your arms a little bit. Just a preview of things to come. Bring those legs high. Try not to round, but to lift. And then bend the knees and put the feet on the ground. And again, we're behind those hamstrings with our arms. We're going to use our biceps to roll down. Inhale at the bottom and roll back up again, right? So we're doing a roll up if you can. If not, I want you to pause and do a roll down. So roll halfway down and then come up, inhaling and exhaling at the top and the bottom. Now, I know some of you don't need this, but what I'm asking you to do today, even if you don't need the band, is to then articulate and go more slowly. So you notice if there are places where you typically use momentum, I want you to slow down through those vertebrae. And if you don't need to use the bands much at all, you're just going to hold on to them loosely just to keep them there. And again, keep that awareness. So if you need to, you could find out, oh, there's a spot where I want to come through it quickly, and you could slow it down. You have 4 more like that, please. And on this last one, we're going to stay up. We're going to bring those bands over the tops of the feet and then around behind the arches. So this time you lassoed both feet. And then we're going to sit up nice and tall on the sit bones. Knees are going to stay bent a little bit. Shoulders up out of your ears. Sit as tall as you can. And then we're doing that rowing motion that we've been doing. Elbows by your sides this time. And then turn your palms down and start to lift your elbows a little higher. And if you can stay straight in your spine, go ahead and extend your legs straight. maybe mat width apart. Last 3, 2, and 1. Leave those shoulders back. Use those arms. You're going to use your triceps to hinge forward. And at some point, maybe you can put your hands on the ground and keep that hinge, but also keeping your spine supported so you're not slumping. So spine stretch forward. Woo! All right. Keep your feet lassoed as they are and roll over onto one side. So your arm is underneath your ear. Your bottom leg, you're going to try and keep it on the ground, but also not in front of you, but down in that straight line. That top leg is going to lift up, toe down, and press up. My top arm can stay here, or you could rest it on your hip. But again, as that top leg lifts, try not to let the bottom leg lift. Now, if you're not feeling this in your outer hip, if this seems easy, you're going to need to choke up on that distance between your feet, tighten up your band, make sure you do have it in your hand, doubled up, of course. I'm already feeling it. And you also never want to come all the way down where it's slack. So I have tension, and then I create more tension, more tension, more tension. Don't bring that leg all the way down. Up in the air, up and up and up. Let's stay at the top and pulse, pulse, up, 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 higher, 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 higher. You're like, just stop over here. 4, 3, 2, and woo. I hope you got those. All right, just lift everything up and over to the other side, please. Long straight line, arm underneath your ear. Legs long, get that bottom leg on the ground, lift that top leg so you have some tension, roll your shoulder out of your ear, turn your toe down if you want, and then lift higher, more tension, and more tension, and more, and more. Good. Just check in, make sure your waistline is still lifted, please. And outer hip is where you should feel this, outer hip, glute, outer thigh, 4, 3, 2, and again we go higher, 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 pulsing, 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 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax, let that band go. All right. Bend those knees and come up in your mermaid position, sort of. Right leg in front. Take that left leg and bring it so the foot is in front of your right knee. All right. So you should feel possibly some stretch in the outside of this right hip already. And then you're just going to let that left leg drop open and press forward. And now you should feel that stretch in both hips. We're going to flip it around. So left leg comes in, sit tall, bring that right leg across, but not way over here where the hip lifts up. So keep in mind, right hip on the ground. Good. And then just let it drop open. If your foot's in the way, you can play around with moving that out of the way. So now you're getting a little bit of stretch in both outer hips. All right. We're going to lie back down on our abs. Not back down. We're going to lie on our abs. Have this band behind you. Now you're going to have options to fold it in half or to keep it single. Bring it down. Palms are facing the ceiling, and I'm holding on to that band. So toenails on the ground as always, kneecaps lifted, but toes stay down. So those thighs are engaged, those glutes are engaged. Your shoulders will be rounded forward, so lift them off the ground. That's the first thing you want to do. And then stretch your arms down your legs, and then lift and stretch and press outward towards your pinky fingers as we've been doing. But this time you should really feel that in the rear chain of your spine. And then exhale down, deep breath in, press into your toes, lift your kneecaps, pull your belly button in, exhale, lift, stretch your arms across, apart from each other, inhale, fold, reaching, triceps, shoulders, thighs engaged, abs, low back, and exhale down, deep breath in. Exhale, reach, kneecaps lift, arms stretch, reach, extend, back of the neck is long. And relax down. Deep breath in. Exhale, stretch, reach, belly button pulls in, extending and reaching, holding 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale down. 2 more times. Belly button in, everything lift, hold, reach and stretch, head in line with your spine. Squeeze those glutes and relax down. Last time, deep breath in. Exhale, lift, stretch, reach, hold, and down. And then we're just going to press back in our resting position. Arms can be out front or by your side. You can make little fists and give yourself some more space behind your knees. Keep that going. Nice little stretch here. And then we're just going to come through a little undulating cat-cow to loosen up that back. So arms ahead. And then arms over to your right. Cow and cat to your right. And then same thing, arms left. Beautiful. And then we go all the way back through center. And we're going to lie on our side again. Get a little more outer hip action. This time, pure outer hip. So band is folded in half. And it comes behind your hamstrings. And then you hold everything with your top hand. So I'm going to grab both parts of the band. And I'm going to rest on my arm. And my knuckle of my top arm is going down. So we knuckle down and that waistline is lifted. Heels together, toes apart, shoulders out of your ears. So we have that Pilates V with our feet. Open the legs until you have some tension. And then from that tension, press higher, hold, press and hold. Press and hold, press and hold, press, hold, and up and hold, up, hold. Keep going. On this last one, hold the leg up, pulse, pulse, pulse. Keep your knuckle down. Beautiful. Relax. Let go of the band. Take that top leg and bring it across the bottom leg. So foot against thigh. Press it open. Bring it towards you. Flip over onto your spine. And thread your needle. And extend that bottom leg. And feel that deeper stretch on that outer hip. All right. As you come up and over, remember which leg was on top and reverse that for me, please. And again, that band goes across your thighs. Hold onto your band. Lie down, knees are bent, hips are stacked, abs are lifted, waistline is lifted, heels together, toes apart, Pilates V. Lift that waistline, lift that top leg till you have tension, knuckle your top arm down. And then press against the tension to lift, and press to lift, and press to lift, and press to lift. And keep that going. And hold it up, and we pulse. And relax. You can let go of the band. That top leg, the foot comes up against the thigh, press it open, and then pull it towards you. And then flip over onto your spine so you can do that thread the needle stretch. Grab hold and extend that top leg as you press the other leg open. Nice. All right. And we're back over on our spine. All right, so we're going to go ahead. We did this earlier, but we're going to change it up pretty quickly. So we're going to start with those bands behind our hamstrings again. And we're going to exhale We're going to come up in that roll-up position. But now we're going to stack the legs. We're going to try and keep that tabletop as we roll down. So when you roll down, try not to let the knees move from over the hips. Same thing on the way up. It's not this, right? It's not swinging. But instead, it's lifting yourself up, up, up to those legs with trying your best not to move your knees too far forward. And then as you roll down, trying to keep those knees where they were when you came up. 2 more like that. And then last time, stay up this time. Use your palms to the sky, let your toes come down and up, but check this out. Try not to let the upper body move at all, right? If you're sitting on your sit bones, keep that sit bone. And I'm using my arms some, that's fine. And then relax, because we get to add on, of course. Now you're going to bring the band across the tops of your feet again, but feet are together because you want this pretty close. And I had mine really uneven, so you want them up at least a little bit even if you can. All right. So we go back to that tabletop position, and most of us are going to want to have our hands pretty close to our feet. So that as we roll down, we're really stretching the band. And as we come up, we can use that band to help us come up without kicking our feet out too much, right? So we roll down with control, and we come up without kicking our feet out too much, right? Try 2 more of those for me, please. And then stay up and extend those legs straight. So if you're on your sacrum, you're going to stay there. If you could be on your tailbone, try that. And once again, we're going to use our arms to lift and lower the band or the legs, or you can use the band. You could let it stretch out and then tighten it. But again, try and keep your weight on your sit bones without movement in that upper body. Next time you come up, let's lift and see how far up we can get our arms. So I slid my hands out on the band. Bend those knees, take a break. So hopefully you had a beautiful V, what we call our teaser. Some people call V-ups. But we're going to try all the way down and all the way up if you want. But if you already know that doesn't work for your back, you go back to one of those previous positions. Deep breath in to prepare. On the exhale, your arms, your legs, your torso, everything lifts at the same time. And on the inhale, we stay lifted and extend through that spine. Then on the exhale, we're going to relax everything down. Deep breath in. On the exhale, we float and lift everything up. Hold on that inhale and then exhale down. Inhale to prepare. Belly button pulls in, toes point, arms extend, lift and hold at the top on an inhale, and then exhale down. Deep breath in. Here we go again. So you're exhaling to move up and down, and you're inhaling at the top and the bottom. We have 2 more, and we're going to stay at the top. All right, last one, best one. Lift, lift, extend, reach higher, point your toes, lift your arms higher, lift, hold for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let your legs come down. Let your body, you get to slump. Relax, nod your head yes and shake it no. Get a nice stretch in the back of that neck. Bring your hands towards your feet or your ankles. Move things around a little bit if you can. Reach those toes. You're going to give yourself a little footsie massage here. Good. And then untangle those bands while you're there. Move them off to the side. Bend those knees again. So now you have a couple options. We're going to roll down. We're going to take about 16 seconds to do it. So you can do that with your band. You can do that with your hands on your hamstrings, or you can do it with no hands on. So take your time. Articulate down a vertebra at a time. We're at about 14 and 13 and 12 and 11 and 10 and 9. One vertebra at a time. And 7 and 6 and 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Whoo, extend those arms up over your head, lengthen those legs nice and long. And then hands down by your sides, roll your shoulders out of your ears, bend your knees back, and grab your band. I think just one more time. So once again, we're back to those bridges. So one hand is holding the band through the loop, and then the other hand is holding the ends of the band between your thumb and index finger. Band across your hips, arms are long. All 10 fingertips on the ground, wrist, elbows, triceps, shoulders on the ground, and then whoops, ribs down. Lift up against that. So listen up, this time, lift your hips high enough that your arms come off the ground. Keep your arms straight, don't move your hips. Press your arms down, 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 without moving your hips. Press down, 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 down. 2 more, down and down. Now, leave your arms down, press your hips up, press your hips up, press your hips up, press your hips up, press your hips, press your hips, press your hips. Bring everything up, walk your feet a little farther apart, but don't let your knees go in or out. And we do both at the same time. Hips go up as your arms come down. Hips go up, arms down. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. 4 more. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Whew, relax. All right. Let's lasso the front of your right foot, please. Band goes around behind that arch. Or if you feel safe doing it, you can put your foot in the band lengthwise, so parallel with your band. And then you can hold on the inside or the outside, or you can put one band around and secure yourself a little bit more, your choice. Hold that band in your right hand and roll the shoulder down so you feel some work in that shoulder. And then lower that leg forward just a little bit so your tailbone rolls down. And then press through the ball of the foot and the toes. And then the toes come back and the ball of the foot comes back and the heel flexes. And then we'll lift that leg up so you feel your tailbone come up a little bit. And then roll it back down, shoulder stays down, articulate through the ball of the foot and the toe. And then come back up and articulate and come up. Bend that right elbow, let it drop onto the ground, let the left elbow open. So now you should feel right inner thigh stretch as well as hamstring. You want more hamstring, you bring that leg even closer to your head, so higher. Then reach over with your left hand, grab that band, and at that same time, you'll straighten your left leg. Right arm stays to the side, turn your right toes in, and let that leg begin to travel to the right, but keep the hip down, and you should feel a nice stretch on the outer hip, the IT band, the calf, even into your ankle. And then option to drop your left elbow to the side. If you want to, you can bend the left knee, or you can keep it straight and let it hang out in space, or on the ground if you're able. And then once again, reach up and over with your right hand, bring everything back to center, and now one end of the band in each hand as you bend that right knee in close to your chest. So I've got my rib on my thigh, my left leg is extended, I'm gonna flex through that right heel, and I'm gonna straighten that leg, and that should be a really, really deep hamstring stretch. While you're there, point the toes and then pull them back and point them and pull them back. And then bend that knee, and as you do so, you're gonna take the band off of the right leg for now. You're gonna put the right foot on the outside of the left leg. Passive figure 4, because we already did our thread the needle. But go ahead and bend that left leg, lasso your left hamstring, pull it in so you get a deeper stretch, maybe rock your hips, and then close the gap. And then we'll put the band on the front of that left shin and let it rock side to side. Pull it up and in, let it move away, and then when you're ready, band in your right hand, knees drop left. Nice deep twist here. Use your left elbow, press everything back through center, untangle your legs and stretch them out and see how they feel in comparison. And then we'll bend both knees again and put the band either across your left foot, or if you like to lasso the whole foot, that's fine. And then you'll be holding that band in your left hand. And then you extend that leg straight up. And then pull the shoulder blade down, and then let the leg move forward. And point through the toes. And then pull the toes back, follow the foot back, heel back. Toes forward, follow the foot, heel, and then bring it up above you again. And then once again, lower that leg, press through the ball of the foot and the toe, and then pull them back. And one more time like that. And then up, and then elbow drops left. Reach over with your right hand, grab that as you straighten your right leg. Turn that foot in so you get that nice outer hip, outer thigh, outer calf stretch. And then if you want, you can drop the elbow over and let the leg hang, or you can bend that knee, totally up to you. And reach over with your left hand, grab both ends of the band, bring that knee in and choke up on that band. So you've got a really good grip as you bring that knee in, flex and point, and then straighten the leg to create that really deep hamstring stretch. Even calf, you might be shaking. I'm shaking. Bend the knee in, take the band off, leave it handy, cross that foot over your left leg, right leg, drop the left knee open, grab here. You can bring that band behind your right hamstring for a second for a deeper stretch. And then crisscross, and the band comes across your right shin. And you hug it in, you take some rock side to side, and then as you're ready, those knees drop right, please. And come on back through center. However you want to, roll like a ball, roll up a vertebra at a time, roll over on your side, totally up to you. Walk those hands forward, walk them back. Keep your knees where they are. And then finally, leave those arms out in front of you, undulate your cow-cat. Beautiful. Next time you come forward, leave those arms a little ahead, roll your shoulders back and down, tuck your toes, high plank position, start walking your feet towards your arms, press those heels down, even if your back is rounded for now, that's okay. Pedal those feet out a little bit, and then walk it back enough, bend your knees so that you can lift that tailbone. And now, rather than a rounded spine, have an extended spine. And maybe bring those feet wider than your mat and walk it back. Hang, hands on your thighs. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow.